and welcome to NAMM 2017. Edgar here at the ADJ booth, and I'm going to talk about a few new products that we're showing at this year's show. First, we have our Icon Profile Pearl. It's a 32-watt, cool white powered LED, which has zoom and focus up to 15, all the way up to 30 degrees. With this, you could slide in your gobo, and as you can see here, it actually has framing capability, so if you wanted to project your gobo onto a square object or a door or something like that, you can actually use those framers to make sure that your gobo is going to fit nicely to your projected area. The gobo size on here is about 26 millimeters. It'll take glass or metal gobos, and what's great about this unit, since it is only 32 watts in an LED, you can link up to 8 of these off of one circuit to have a whole bunch or a whole series on your rig without having to worry about a whole bunch of extension cables. So that's the brand new Icon Profile Pearl. Right next to it, we have our relaunch. You've probably seen this before, but this is, once again, the Airstream WiFi Pack. It's our power pack that has 8 pluggable devices, and it's actually iPad controlled. So right now I have my Icon Profile there. If I just hit this button, it actually turns off the unit. Now what's going to be great about this, you can see that we have 8 channels here. You can actually link up to 3 of these packs all together. But with this, one of the great things about it, if you're installing this, let's say into a small bar or into a lounge, or even if you're using this in any kind of application where you need some sort of schedule, you can actually go into here and set schedules of when your certain devices are going to come on. If you had karaoke every Tuesday night at 8 p.m., you can just plug them in there, set it on the schedule, you'll be good to go without having to worry about a lighting programmer being available. So the app is actually very easy to use. Once again, you could just turn on and off your devices, and as you can see there, you could relabel any one of these. It just comes out of the box A through H, but as you can see there, we relabeled Icon and Sabre Spot. I could change it to where it's just a snap on and off. If you had some devices that really turn on and off quick, you could do some really cool things just by doing this, or if it's just a hold, as soon as you push it, it'll stay activated. So once again, Airstream Wi-Fi Pack, very affordable, iPad-based on and off channel system. And then right over here, we have our new Sabre Spots. The Sabre Spots are 15-watt powered, very sharp 4-degree lenses, and this is perfect to get your beam effect. We have 2 different versions. We actually are showing a third, which is our Pearl. But basically with these, you have a warm white, which has a very warm white 15-watt LED, once again 4-degree beam angle. And then we have a RGBW, so there's a red, green, blue, and white version of this that has very nice color mixing. And even with the RGBW, there's some very nice color macros already built in. So if you wanted to use this without a DMX controller, that's just fine. But with DMX, as you can see, it does come equipped with pigtails, so you could easily link these together. And you could do functions such as color mixing with the RGBW or dimming with the warm white. So it makes the Sabre Spot a very, very compact, high-powered beam fixture for really any kind of application where you're trying to spotlight something at a very long distance, because once again, with 4 degrees and a 15-watt LED source, makes the Sabre Spot ideal for large venues where you're trying to reach a certain object without having too much flood. So once again, that's the Sabre Spot. We have the warm white and Sabre Spot RGBW. And moving over to my left, your right, we have our brand new 18 P Hex. So now this is the newest big brother. If you're familiar with the 5 P Hex or the 12 P Hex, we now have an 18. So this is, once again, 6 colors. You have red, green, blue, white, amber, and UV. But with 18 now of these pixels, you get a lot more punch. So with the 18 P Hex, you can see there, you have a 30-degree beam angle. So this really acts as your incandescent high-powered par can. And with this, you have PowerCon connections. So you don't have to worry about your plugs falling out for power or losing power to your devices. The 18 P Hex also has DMX in and out, as well as several color macros built in. So if you wanted to just do a set and forget and have this as a very powerful uplight, stage light, whatever it might be, the 18 P Hex is perfect for that. And also, this is flicker free. So if you're doing live camera or video, you're not going to be seeing any unwanted strobing. So once again, that's the brand new 18 P Hex. And moving on over here, I'll show you this unit here that we have on the table and another that we have on the floor here. These are some very, very high-powered haze machines, phase machines, whatever you want to call it, This is the Entour Venue. It's a 1500 watts, also 15,000 cubic feet per minute fog machine that is variable. So I can have it spitting out fog at a very high rate or very slow for an ambient type of atmosphere. The Entour Venue comes out of the case just like you see here, and this can actually be changed however you want to shoot your fog out of here. There's onboard control, which is very easy to use, so I can control the amount of volume and the speed of my fan to make sure it's to my liking. There's also 3 and 5 pin DMX on board and this power switch, and it also has a hanging bracket, so if I was in a club or somewhere where I wanted to hang this high, I can actually do that. Now, one of the great things about that, you usually don't want to hang your fog machines high because you might have to go in and refill the fluid, but this has a 5-liter tank, so it holds a whole lot of fluid, so you don't have to be going in and refilling fog juice all the time. So it makes the Entour Venue perfect for any kind of application, whether it's permanent install or if you're just adding this to your rig for truss. Then right over here, we have the Entourage, which is the version which is pretty much the same. You have your PowerCon connection, your onboard control, and as you can see here, we actually have the fog coming out. And one of the things to really note about this is extremely quiet. So especially for applications where you don't want your machine to make a lot of noise, it makes the Entourage and the Entour Venue perfect for that type of application. And so once again, this is the Entourage. This is available and shipping now. Entour Venue, we're looking at about another few weeks before that one will start shipping. Now moving right up, we have our brand new Focus Spot series, which we're showing. This is our Focus Spot 1. It's a 35 watt moving headlight. Perfect, comes right on. And you'll notice on the top there, it actually has a 5-watt UV LED. So it's just another great effect to add, especially if you're throwing your spots towards the crowd and they see this UV. You can do some really nice things with it, whether it's strobing, dimming, just to add a little more effect for your light show. So once again, 35 watts, you have rotating gobos, and one of the really cool things to note about this is it has a very easy access door to your gobos. So you could put customized gobos into there. It'll take metal or glass, whatever you want to use, but very easy to interchange your gobos. So if you're doing corporate events or weddings, you can always offer to your clients that you can offer their name into a moving headlight that can move around the room. And one of the great things about that, it does feature gobo indexing, which if you're not familiar, if you had a projection where it was right reading and you wanted it to always look right, this will always call on that scene, whether you're changing your looks throughout the night. And it's a very popular feature because in moving heads at this class that don't have that, your name might come out wrong depending on whenever you call on that scene. So a very, very big plus with our Focus line. And moving up from our 1, we go up to our Focus Spot 2, which is very similar. It does have that 5-watt UV LED, but now this is powered by a 75-watt LED source. So for your larger venues, this is going to give you that perfect spot. And speaking of large venues, sometimes you might be doing a room that's smaller, sometimes you might be doing a room that's bigger. This also has manual zoom, so you can control the focus of your beam or of your spot, just so it's perfect, whether it's for the dance floor or across the room. It's very easy to use on the bottom there. These are all DMX controllable, and they also have very cool sound active programs built in. But with the Focus Spot 2, once again, 75 watts, 5-watt UV LED, and you also have a 5-facet prism. So now you can open up that spot into a 5-facet to create even more excitement for the dance floor. We also have our Focus Spot 3Z, which is the big brother in the family, 100 watts. This has all the bells and whistles you need as far as a professional moving head spot. 2 gobo wheels, so you get some really nice gobo morphing effects, 2 prisms, a linear 6-facet and a circular 6-facet, and you also have automatic zoom and focus, pretty much everything you need. Whether it's the Focus Spot 1, 2, or 3, it's got everything you need for a professional moving head spot that doesn't cost a whole lot of money. Now moving on to effects, we have our brand new boombox, which is right at the top there. This is really your true all-in-one effect light. This is just perfect for any kind of situation where you need a lot of colors and a lot of beams into your venue. So what you're seeing there, this is the Focus Spot 1. It's got that moonflower effect all the way to the left. You have red, green, blue, and white LEDs that will actually do some really cool chases and programs. In the middle there, you have a green and red laser, which will come on in just a little bit. And then all the way to the right, we have our derby effect, or kind of like our mini decker, where you have red, green, blue, and white LEDs. So with this unit, you can get up to 20, I believe, DMX channels of control, and there's also going to be a remote that's included with this, so if you wanted to just have just the derby effect or just the moonflower effect, you'll be able to lock it simply with that remote as DMX control, or if you want to just set and forget, there's going to be some very awesome programs built into that. So once again, whole lot of new products. We have the Boombox FX1 and the Boombox FX2. Make sure you check that out. And with Long and McQuade.